I get asked a lot about 3D printed dentures, what I think of them, and if they're better than traditional ones. Honestly, it really depends on what's most important to you. So, what I'm going to do today is break it down. First, let's talk about how they're made. Traditional dentures are processed with what's called heat cured acrylic. That's the tried and true method that's been around forever. They're strong, durable, and typically handcrafted with a lot of attention to detail. They do take a few appointments over several weeks, and if you ever lose or need a new one, that whole process has to start over again. Now, 3D printed dentures are made digitally with light cured resin. They're faster to produce, easier to reprint if lost or damaged, and usually cost a bit less because they take less time in the lab. That's where the speed and convenience really comes in with the 3D printed dentures. When it comes to strength, traditional acrylic still wins. It's dense, time tested, and holds up really well long term. 3D printed materials are improving every year, but they're still not quite as strong, especially for patients who are tough on their dentures. So while digital dentures are convenient, they're not always the most durable option for everyday wear. Now let's talk aesthetics. Traditional dentures are more handcrafted, which gives the provider freedom to choose different tooth molds, customized shapes, and contour the acrylic to match facial features and gum anatomy. That artistic control makes it easier to create a very natural look. 3D printed dentures can also look really nice, but since they're printed, they can sometimes appear more uniform unless extra cosmetic details are added. Things like gingival tinting, texture, or polish work. Another thing to know is how they're built. Traditional dentures use individual denture teeth that chemically bond into the acrylic during processing. So the teeth and the base basically become one solid piece. Most printed dentures are made in two parts, the base and then the teeth, which are bonded together with resin afterwards. If that bond isn't done correctly, teeth can loosen or debond later on, which is kind of a bit of a hassle. Honestly, both have their place. It really depends on what matters most: speed, strength, cost, or aesthetics. Personally, I think 3D printed dentures are great for temporary or transitional cases, but for the long term wear, I still prefer traditional acrylic. At the end of the day, it's not about which one's better. It's about how well it's made and how well it fits you and your lifestyle.